Hey everyone, Lisa Finkel coming to you from Prince Edward Island on the east coast of Canada with another kiln opening. Shocker for you today, I did not do a slow cool. Audrey, you're either going to be my hero or my nemesis on this one. I was watching Audrey Lynn's Studios openings with copper float and I was like, oh man, that looks so nice. So I thought I'm going to try a load with some copper float at a cone 6 and see how it goes. So for the most part, I did try to avoid celadons in this load because they tend to pinhole on me. And I didn't go crazy with Spectrum either because they like to pinhole sometimes if they go to a hot kiln. So all of the clay in here is either Tucker's Mid Smooth stoneware or their speckled white stoneware. So let's just dive in. I had a peek on the top level. The kiln is at 87 right now, but I kind of crash cooled it. All right, so no pinholes, so this is lovely. So these, most of the things in here will have my Studio Clear inside. And this is the Tucker's Mid Smooth spec. So there's 6 of these in here that are gonna have a overglaze decal on them. So that's why they're kind of plain, but at the top we have Fire Brick Red. The Fire Brick Red came a little splotchy. I do have dipping, but I'm almost out. So these were brushed on and I did 3 coats, but obviously I should have done a little thicker. The bottom is the copper float. Now I'm not seeing that nice crystallization. This almost looks more like a Bailey's Red, but I'm hoping, I do have some down on the bottom shelf, which is probably the hottest shelf. So I'm hoping we'll get some crystallization there. I might not have done thick enough either. I did do 3 coats, but I didn't go crazy on the coats because I hadn't used it before. So I also just put a few little splodges of light flux around there. So the decals I'll be using are from Expressions. Right now, if I'm using decals, they're either from Sandbow or Expressions. So. And if you get the decals first, then you kind of plan your design around this. These colors, hopefully, are gonna work perfectly with the design. I'll be doing a kiln opening with the decals because I have a bunch of stuff coming through with decals. I've been kind of waiting, excuse me, to have enough pieces to run it. So here we go again. These are all the same because the decals I'm using are very, they're in this color tone. So I just kept it simple. Sometimes they're, oh, I got a little drippage there, but that looks nice. I can see a tiny, tiny bit of the crystallization just at the very bottom. So we'll see. There's a fair amount of copper float in this kiln load. And here we go. This is the last one. Okay, so now what do I have? I have this, which is a soap dispenser. And this, Audrey, if you're watching, I think this is one of your combos. So sea salt on the bottom. I actually used pearl white on the top and then a strip of copper float in the middle. And getting some crystallization here, which is pretty. I only did 2 coats of the pearl white because I was worried about coverage. Or about pinholing, I should say. But I kind of like it. It's kind of like a little smoky look. This is just a little tray, little forest themed tray, and just freeform. And then this was glazed in first, a light coat of manganese wash just over the texture, and then 3 good coats of holly green over the whole thing. And I think I just probably used 2 coats of holly green on the back. I usually don't go too crazy on the back. And then I made a little matching dish to go with it. So this is a little pine cone with the manganese wash on it and then holly green all over. And it's just a cute little serving dish. That holly green is so pretty for Christmas. This is a bit of a fail. I do have a matching tray coming through the next load. And this is a bumblebee, and this is manganese wash on the rim and some manganese wash over the bumblebee, and then frosted lemon, 3 coats. This did not turn out the way I imagined. That might be a second. The tray might be just as bad. Who knows? We'll see. Just a couple of little plain dishes that are going to have decals on them. Same with these ornaments, just they're gonna have decals on them. These little ornaments, I'm not sure. I debated putting color on them, then I thought I'm just gonna try them in white to see if I like them. It's a little sheep. They're, number one, I used my Ravenscraig white and I think it was too thick, so even though I did a very quick dip. So it obscured a lot of the texture. And then, I don't know if it's doing it for me. Think about that. Just a couple more of the little ornaments. Oh, and the ornaments were in Honey Flux. If you're using decals, they do not like dark colors, so you have to stay in the lighter palette tones. Okay, on to shelf 2. I did have one piece under a half shelf, so I'll show you that. And this is this leaf tray, which is really, really pretty. So what I did with that is I put manganese wash on the rim and on the veining, and I didn't bother wiping it back. I just kind of left it there and hoped it would sort of mix with the glaze, which it did quite nicely. And then I did 3 good coats of holly green. Then I did a band of olive float around the rim, and then just below that band, slightly overlapping, was a band, I think I just used 2 coats of textured kiwi. And I don't know if you can see in this, but it's got a really cool metallic sheen. I like that. Very nice. Ooh. Second shelf is a lot hotter than the first shelf. That's what you get when you crash cool. And when I mean crash cool, all I mean is when I got up this morning, the kiln was at about 300, so I propped it for a bit. And then after a bit, I just opened the lid and walked away for a while. So the top shelf was lovely and cool, but as you go down, it takes quite a while for it to completely cool. I did have a little tip for you, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do this anyway, but I had made these little gnomies. My studio is really damp right now. I'm not quite sure where I'm gonna have to get the dehumidifier going. And these are quite thick up here. So all I did was, once I started the glaze kiln, is I just stuck these guys on top of the glaze kiln and left them there for the whole firing. So they get hot, then they cool back down again, and it dries them out really well. So you don't have to run a whole bisque kiln for like hours because you're worried about your gnomes exploding. Okay, let's see what else is in here. This is a favorite combo. So this is just clear inside. Turquoise like in the bottom, Norse blue in the top, slightly overlapping. Then a band overlapping both of them of olive float with dabs of light flux. And I think I did, these are wine cups with the little finger divot on them. Really pretty. Love those colors. And 2 of these, same color combo. So these are just little sippy cups that I throw. And you know, it's interesting when you market a piece, this could be used for anything, right? This could be used for espresso, it could be used for a little juice cup, it could be used for a whiskey cup. But what I market them as is chef's cups, because you can put a little wine in them while you're cooking and you don't knock it over like a great big wine glass, because, you know, when things are rocking and rolling in the kitchen, things are flying around. At least in our kitchen. Oh, this is pretty. I wanted to see what this looked like for future potential combos. So this was river birch on the rim and then holly green inside and on the outside. 3 thick coats. And look, like, isn't that a nice combo for Christmas? I like that. Oh, that turned out pretty. Okay, this is copper doing its magic here. Look at the crystallization. Aubrey, okay, you're my hero now. Because you pushed me to do it. I hate running a kiln without a slow cool. My kiln is outside and it does not have the really thick walls. It's just a standard kiln. So when it hits temp and it stops, if it's hot in the summertime, I don't think it makes much difference. But when I'm running it at like -20 out here, it's cooling fast. Even though you think, well, you know, it's hot in the kiln and I don't open the peeps or anything, but it doesn't matter. It's, you know, the ambient temperature outside is cold, so it's going down fast. And when that happens, the glaze doesn't always have time to heal. That's my theory. I could be wrong. Someone else has a different theory. Weigh in down below, because, you know, pottery is a mad science. Half the time we don't know what we're doing. We're just hoping for the best. Anyway, this turned out very, very pretty. So this is a noodle bowl, and I just sell them with the little chopsticks. So I did 2 in that. I have more coming through, but that was the first ones. And check those out. That's lovely. That turned out really nice. Oh, that's so pretty. Wowza. Hard to pick up the crystallization probably in the camera, but it's gorgeous. And I also did a chip and dip in the, did I tell you? I didn't even tell you what I did on these. Sea salt on the outside up to about here. On the inside, it was pearl white up to, you know, about 1 inch from the rim, and then 3 good coats of copper float on the rest. I told you a lot, and there's more, oh, so pretty. More copper float coming. So this one is river birch. And in all cases, river birch. For me, is 2 honey flux and 1 river birch. So river birch to here, like there was, I didn't put it all over. I left some space for the copper, and then copper over. Now, one thing I did, I don't know if it's showing up a little bit. I wanted to soften that edge on the copper float. So I just took a sea sponge once I got everything painted on, and I dabbed some copper float just around the edge to soften it up a little bit, and I think it worked out okay. I didn't want that hard edge, so this is a little more muted. So that's that one. Okay, next shelf. Okay, guys, last shelf. Lots more copper. I was gonna go for it if I was gonna do it. All right, we're gonna have a look. Some wine cups. So I'm thinking, I'm getting a little crystallization, but not a ton. And I think I did do 3 coats, but I didn't do like super globby coats because I hadn't used it before, but it's stable. I should have done another coat, or just gone a little more generously with my coats. But anyway, so this is copper float with winterwood and flux. And I'm getting some pinholing. God damn it. Oh. But Audrey gave a really good tip. She said, if you get pinholing, you can refire it in a slow cool, and you won't lose the crystallization of the copper. And in this case, I didn't have a ton of crystallization anyway, and some pinholes here too. Same combo. I did a bunch of this combo, thinking it would be nice and stable. Pinhole in this one. Yeah. Oh, the joys. Okay, so this one, not really pinholing, I don't think. This one is the sea salt bottom, pearl white top with the band of copper float in the middle. That's pretty. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be, and isn't that weird? I was worried about the pearl white, thinking it would be the culprit, but it's the winter wood and flux. So odd. You just never know. That's why I love a slow cool schedule. That one's got some nice crystallization, just a little bit. And these two, I think they look pretty good. Same combo. And this is the winter wood pinhold combo again. Oh my. And here we go again. So interesting. Winterwood did not like that. Okay, well these are probably going to be pinhole too because they're winterwood. So this was somewhat inspired by ceramics by Julia. Hello Julia, if you're watching. And she had done this bowl type of thing. Now, I think my scale is a little off on this, but it was a good first attempt, so I made 4 of these. And she had mentioned, I think, curries, and she had me a curry. So anyway, it's just a bowl with a handle, which, you know, is kind of nice if you're gripping something. And it's got powder turquoise in the middle, and then the winterwood combo. We got pinholing and copper floats, so these will all be going back in. And this one I knew might do this. It crawled a bit when I started with the Laguna Power turquoise. I have a dipping turquoise. It looked a bit thick, and I did 2 of them. And I could see right away they were starting to crack. If you have that happen, some glazes crack like oatmeal, or, you know, and it's normal. But some other glazes cracking, if you start to get dry cracks, it's a sign your glaze is too thick and you're probably going to get crawling, which is exactly what happened here. So I'm going to just stick a little more powder turquoise on it. And I think I have to refire this one anyway. Yeah. So. But it's a nice combo. I like the turquoise with the copper and the winterwood. This is the other one that crawled. And yeah, pinhold. This one's quite a bit out of round too. This is quite a kiln load, let me tell you. Yep, and pinhold. Lovely. And I think that's it, guys. So I would say that I'm medium pleased with this load. Lessons learned. I would not use winterwood and flux again with that copper combo if I don't want to refire, which I don't. I would go a little thicker on the copper because obviously it likes to be really thick to crystallize. The sea salt and the pearl white combo are quite nice and behave quite nicely. So I think of this, but even this one has some crystallization, but a little thicker maybe in the middle, and maybe one more coat of pearl white. I went really thin because I didn't want it to pinhole. So meh, kiln unload. Some pieces I really like and some pieces but this is part of the learning process, right? So anyway, I'll pop on next time I have something to show you. I'm actually going to load the kiln right now, but there's a lot of repetition in that kiln because I have some pieces that I know sell really well at my big sale that's coming up. So anyway, we'll talk to you soon. I'll pop back on when I have something to show you. Thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, please like and subscribe. Feel free to buy me a coffee, link down below, or hit the super thanks button. See you next time.